There you go. We're in. Let's go. How was everyone, by the way? How? Hopefully everybody's well. Starting tonight's show with a huge shout out, big one to Carla. Carla has been feeling quite bad for a couple of days. And she's kind of fought through it, to say the least. Not anything crazy, but she just felt kind of nauseous and not really herself for the past day and a half, I would say. And she's fought it out with me on the tennis courts like nothing's changed. Right?
Yeah.
Shout out for you, girl. Always fighting. Carla's always fighting. All right. Hello and welcome back to another 5K tennis discussion. I know it's late. I'm very sorry for that. We coached from basically sun up until 7 o'clock p.m. and we just fed the kids and here we sit. So sorry that it's late. Okay. Don't forget to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. And by the way, speaking of shout outs to start, there are a couple of people that are left for the $300 for their predictions for the men's final and the women's final and the winners. I think there's 3 people left.
Yep.
Do you have it?
Yes, I do.
I think there was around 29 or 30 people that put in their submissions to win the $300. And out of those 30 people, there's 3 left.
No, there's 2 left.
2 left.
Yeah.
Both of these people have the same finalists and the same winners. And I think they both have Djokovic beating Medvedev and they both have Pliskova beating Sabalenka. Is that correct?
Yep. The 2 people that are left for the big prize are, here it is, highlighted. It's Wilson Spencer, who has Djokovic defeating Medvedev and Pliskova defeating Sabalenka. And Wilson Clash Royale, who have Djokovic defeating Medvedev and Pliskova defeating Sabalenka. Not only are they tied, but they're so close in fantasy points. So if we had to break the tie, one's at 48 and the other one's at 46.
And by the way, I'll throw this out there and you guys can ponder that. If both of you were to win this, we can do some sudden death thing, or if you wish, it's $300. I can send $150 to one of you and $150 to the other one. Sometimes, guys just want to ball out and be like, nah, I'd rather have nothing or everything. So, I get that too. But if you guys want to split it, if you tie, let me know and we can do that.
And then as the fantasy, the top 4 are Canadian Tennis Fan with 62 points. Number 2, second place is Philly Cheese Dog with 58 points. Third place is JMP 1966. And there's a tie, Thomas Wilson.
Excellent. And good luck, Philly Cheese Dog, on fantasy. I'm pulling for you. Okay. By the way, someone that you guys may have seen in chat and maybe not, but his and by the way, he is considered the GOAT, the greatest of all time of doing fantasy teams on our channel, all of your channel here. He has won 4 times, and he has won every single major except the Australian Open. So, and he has won the French Open twice. I looked it up. So he's won 4 times. Anyway, he sent us a picture today. One time he won the fantasy group, and he elected to get 5K tennis merchandise. So he elected to get 5K tennis shirts. We don't have that on right now, but nonetheless, he does, and he sent us a picture, okay? Do you have that picture?
Yes.
Here, I'll show you. I got better reach, okay? So he has the 5K tennis shirt on here, and I think he's in Poland. I don't know if you can see it very well, but the 5K tennis shirt is in orange. Maybe it's a bad picture, but nonetheless, it's there. So thank you, Casper, for that. Maybe she has another one. Oh, here, this might show up a little bit better. Okay, there you go. So he has the 5K tennis shirt on in orange. Yeah. Really good, fine young man and a hell of a good tennis player, and has won fantasy teams 4 times. We sent him $50 quite a few times, and he took
strings.
And strings, yes.
He played a tennis tournament. He said, I've been busy at the university for some time, and he spent the last month traveling. He got the shirts before going on vacation and decided to join the tournament. He didn't win, so next time I guess he plans on wearing it if he wins.
All right. By the way, we do have the Felix Auger-Aliassime match and the Carlos Alcaraz match live right here. We do have it, and I just, for the life of me, Carla and I watched the first set as we started the show. Alcaraz was up in the second set, and we love both guys. We're so glad they're playing, but it just wasn't how do I explain this without someone getting mad at me? It wasn't. It was kind of lackluster. It just seemed like an ordinary match. It wasn't impressive, but it shouldn't be. They're very young.
They're very young. Yeah.
So,
I mean, I think they're doing fine. I mean, I expect Felix to win in 4 because he's older, has more experience.
Yeah.
But I think they're doing fine. I mean, to me, their matches are the same thing as watching Leila Fernandez and how do you say
Raducanu.
Raducanu. It's the same thing. They're kids playing. I mean, I can't say wow like I did with Serena or other young players I've seen in my lifetime, but they're doing great. So you got to stay positive, better than some of the veterans, just saying.
Look, I see Felix Auger-Aliassime winning this in straight sets. Only reason why, Alcaraz has done a tremendous job to be here right now. If he were to win this match, we're talking huge stage, right? This is huge enough as is, but at that age, there has to be some tightness. There has to be some nerves. There has to be a little soreness. Right now, Alcaraz is serving at 30 all down a break. A little long there.
He needs to work on the serve, just like Brooksby has to work on his serve. I feel like Fernandez has to work on her serve as well. The serve is always the thing that kills you, even as a junior, your serve. It's so inconsistent. But as you get older and more match experience, it gets better and better and better.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
All right. Where do I want to go with this? I have a lot that I want to kind of vent on at the same time. We didn't do Trash Talk Tuesday this week, so I feel like I want to trash talk a little bit. And I'll be careful with this. It's kind of late. I had a beer, so maybe I should be kind of careful how much I trash talk. But we'll keep discipline. Okay. All right. Look, here's where we're going to start. We're going to start with the Novak Djokovic and Jenson Brooksby match. Okay. And I have something I set up for this kind of segment. So let's talk about real quick the Brooksby Jenson match and how Brooksby did in the first set. Extremely well. What do you say? Jenson, the first set, he won 6-1. What do you think on that?
I already know why the 6-1 happened. He's a new player to Djokovic. He hasn't seen him play much. He probably didn't do his homework with him. He was getting a feeling for his opponent, He was feeling him out. Adjusting. He didn't play his best. Kudos to the kid, though. Hate his game, but kudos to him for fighting and never giving up. He could have given up after Djokovic won the second set. There was one game there that could have changed everything. The deuce. Remember the deuce that kept going on forever?
I think that was in the second set. That was your second set. There was a game early on in the second set. I think it was a 2-0 game or a 2-1 game in the second, where the second game of the second set or third game was as long as the first set combined.
Yeah, that was an awesome game, but there was a lot of opportunities that could have been taken by both players. The two-handed slice. I thought it was funny that Djokovic compared him to Florian Mayer. I was like,
well, okay, I didn't hear that.
I was like, Florian Mayer. He's like, yeah, he plays just like him with the two-handed slice.
That's a great. I'd never heard that. Djokovic said that. Mm-hmm. I can see that. Florian Mayer was what, Argentinian?
I don't remember.
Florian Mayer, longtime player.
He said he has the same two-handed.
There was two Mayers. There was Florian Mayer, and I think there was one more. Florian Mayer, and there was another Mayer. Alejandro Mayer, maybe? There was two Mayers in there that hung out for a while.
Well, he compared him to that. So I was like, yeah, the two-handed slice, which I feel like if he wants to be in the top 10, he really needs to learn how to slice one-handed. But I thought he was gutsy. He was pretty smart. His forehand is really not a weapon. I thought it was more of counter-punching. If you notice, he doesn't get full rotation on his forehand. He hits kind of open. So I think that Djokovic really wasn't giving him pace on the forehand side at all. But he had a plan. The young man had a plan to keep hitting to Djokovic's backhand. He kept picking on Djokovic's backhand. We saw so many rallies, backhand to backhand, which I thought, hey, I haven't seen Zverev nor Medvedev do that before. Attack the backhand and keep attacking the backhand.
He stuck with it, but ultimately his ability to get it there and to continue that barrage, it broke down eventually. The 6-1 set that Brooksby took from Djokovic in the first set. Do you know what I call that? A Christmas present, an early Christmas present. I call that something along the lines of maybe Novak Djokovic talking to Vince McMahon, the wrestling guy. I think that they probably spoke prior to that match and said, hey, if you give Brooksby a set then the crowd will like you a lot more.
I disagree with you.
Look, I'm exaggerating in a bit, but look, it was a Christmas present. You are correct. Djokovic was figuring him out and adjusting
wasn't a Christmas
to
present.
that.
He didn't play him before, and he was adjusting, just like with the other kid. Never played the other kid, Rune, adjusting to it. That's what usually happens. It's just like Karatsev. Many players will get their ass beat by him, but now they figured him out, and they're going to figure out Brooksby as well. As far as his serve, not a weapon at all. I heard the commentator Brad Gilbert saying, yeah, Andy Roddick says that give him 4 days, he'll fix his serve.
I wrote that. Boom. Let's go.
He writes, I just remember.
Same brainwave. Andy Roddick, actually, it wasn't Andy Roddick that said this. It was, I think, Brad Gilbert.
No, he said Andy Roddick sent him a text.
Yes, but it wasn't Andy Roddick that we heard. It was like Brad, I think it was Brad Gilbert.
Yes.
Brad Gilbert stated, and I quote from Andy Roddick, man, I could fix Jensen Brooksby's serve in 4 days. Now, number one, I would love to see this. Number two, Andy Roddick honestly didn't have, he had a powerful serve, but it really wasn't anything beautiful to look at. He would go from here to, and then boom, it was very jerky and very laborious.
It was effective, though.
Effective, yeah, but he couldn't beat Federer and ever, at least when it counted, right? I'm just saying. But I thought that was kind of comical. You know what else I thought was comical, everyone? Is the last 2 matches that Novak Djokovic has played, i.e., Holger Rune and i.e. Jensen Brooksby. Okay, check this out. So he plays Holger Rune, and Holger Rune takes a set. And what do we start hearing on multiple avenues, from ESPN to YouTubers to play-by-play people? He'll be top 10 in the world. He won a set from Djokovic, top 10 in the world. Let's go. I'm calling it now. Okay. Then homeboy started cramping and limped his way to mommy. Okay. Now, fast forward to today. Okay. Last night, Djokovic plays Brooksby. Brooksby takes a set. Now, the same plethora of people, ESPN, YouTubers, other people commenting on, we have a top 5 in the world guy. So we went from a top 10 guy with Rune to now we got a future top 5 guy. It seems like every person that takes a couple of games or a set from Djokovic is freaking top 10 material. You know how many top 10 players we would have had within the last couple of years where people have been saying the same thing? Holy shit.
I think what people forget is that, I've always said it, the U.S. Open is the last tournament, the last Grand Slam, and the underdog always wants to push here. They always do well. A lot of time we see people that we've never heard of do really well. It happens all the time. I remember as a kid, a lady giving us tickets to watch her because she had no one in her box. It was the first time she made the quarterfinals. It's a huge deal. I can't even remember her name, but we didn't make it on time to watch her match. She lost before we got there. So it happens. The U.S. Open, it happens all the time. Consistency. When I see a player consistent, then I'll jump on the bandwagon. I'm not jumping on Brooksby bandwagon, Rune, Fernandez, Nora Radicuna, whatever her name is. I'm not jumping on any of that bandwagon until I see a consistent performance. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. Because you see them and then you're like, what happened to them? I remember last year, and then you never see them again.
Can I throw out something? Do you guys remember Wimbledon this past year? That the kid Jack Draper had won a couple of matches at Wimbledon. Everybody's like top 5, the whole island of the UK, the Ireland, all of us are saved. Jack Draper, woo woo.
What happened to him?
What happened to Jack Draper? I'm just saying and then that goes on for eons of time. But it seems like every time that Djokovic has played a match that some people cover, if someone takes a set from him, it's like, yo, he's top 10. I'm like,
he's not.
God.
To me, there's no.
It just happens that way.
This is New York. They love, like you said, the underdogs. They root for the underdogs. You see them, and then you don't hear from them again. That's just how it is. And that's why I don't jump on any bandwagon. I watch all these kids play, and I say, bravo, we're finally seeing 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds mature, play, smile, act right, So that's a good, positive thing. I can say about Alcaraz has a long way to go still. Brooksby has a much longer way to go, in my opinion.
So does Felix Auger-Aliassime.
Has a long, long way to go. I think that Emma has proven that, okay, I made the 4th round.
Raducanu
has made the 4th round of Wimbledon. And now, she's in the quarterfinals. Is she in the semis or quarterfinals?
She's in the semis. She's in the semis. Fernandez is going to face Sabalenka next.
Okay, so she's in the semis.
No,
Are you sure?
no.
She's in the quarters.
That's tomorrow.
Yeah, she's still in the quarters. So she's been consistent for 2 tournaments. Fernandez, I've heard her name for a year now, roaming for a year, right? And finally at the U.S. Open, she's made a name for herself. But not until I see results, I would jump on that, because I feel, hate me for saying this, but I feel that if they meet, I felt like Osaka was out of shape. Osaka should have beat her, had the better game. I was watching her serve. I was watching her play Slovenia, and I said, these 2 girls are hitting back and forth to the middle. This game, it's not even aggressive tennis. It's very,
yeah.
I'm like, okay, this is,
yeah.
I feel like I'm watching Rwanska against Wozniacki.
Yes.
But I feel like if Osaka would have played the way she played, and Andreescu, when she won the U.S. Open, someone like Sabalenka, I think, will beat her in 2 sets, and Pliskova. I think if they meet a power player, they're going to have a hard time.
If Sabalenka hits her spots. Sabalenka has to hit her spots to win. If she doesn't hit her spots, then she has no shot, because she can't change it up. So Sabalenka's key to victory is to make sure I'm hitting my spots and make sure I get enough sleep and make sure I eat right and sleep right and wake up on the right side of the bed. So if the cards fall correctly for Sabalenka, she can do really well.
She's doing fine so far. Her serve misses some, makes some, But Osaka was out of shape, B-Dog. Had Osaka played the way she normally plays, she would have killed her. I'm just saying, she does not have the power game. I'm not impressed by it yet. I root for her because she's a young girl. She's got Spanish blood, but I'm not. That's not a player that I can say, yeah, this is going to be the future champion. I was reading some media stuff saying, oh, Serena made it. Serena's game compared to Fernandez's game. I remember her watching her.
Not even close.
Not even close. You can't. It's not even comparable. Serena, when she came out, it was dominant. You could feel the power through the TV.
Yeah,
I don't feel that here.
Your TV would vibrate.
Just say.
By the way, Felix Auger-Aliassime is up 2-1 in the second set. Actually, he just took the lead to 3-1. So Auger-Aliassime, did he just retire? Did Alcaraz just retire at the net?
Yep.
It's over. Alcaraz just retired at the net. It's done.
He should have let the old timer go through.
It's over. The Alcaraz just walked to the net, conceded the match. Felix Auger-Aliassime has moved on. He is now in the semifinals, and he'll face Medvedev.
Medvedev's gonna toy with him.
He'll face Medvedev.
Like, come here, little baby. Come here. I think Medvedev will cruise 3 sets.
I wonder why he quit there.
His leg, something I saw him call the medical trainer for his leg.
Yeah, he quit. He's done.
Well, he's played 5 sets. I mean, that's a lot. He's not used to that at his age. I mean, good for him. I'm sure we'll see him. He's definitely not the next Rafa.
I don't see where he was in enough pain to just walk off like that.
Justin, he's played a lot.
I mean, I get it, but I was just raised differently, man. You better carry me out of there. I'm just saying, you better drag me out of there.
And hurt yourself.
At 18 years old, you're gonna. I mean, it's not like he's gonna break his leg in a femur break on the tennis court. He might, have a slightly torn meniscus or something.
Poor people that pay for tickets. Poor people that pay tickets to go.
I would have to fight through that. Yeah. All right, back to the Brooksby Djokovic match and the hilarious media narrative that surrounded it before, during, and after. After Brooksby won the first set of that match, I told Carla jokingly, Djokovic is fixing to destroy him. I put a post on social media. I don't do a lot of social media. Ask Florence Chan out there. I took a picture of Djokovic. And I told, I think I put a statement that maybe next time, kid, I'm still going to beat Brooksby, something like that. That was after it was 6-1 in the first set. And I'm like, man, he's really fixing to whip this guy's ass now, right?
He didn't give up.
And what happened? Now, fast forward to the end of the match. We always study the post-match interviews, and we've talked about Osaka and her reason to, and why she doesn't want to do it. It's part of the sport anyway. Not about Osaka, Djokovic. Djokovic had a post-match interview, and Djokovic said something to the crowd along these lines. Hey, Brooksby has a bright future. He's young. We'll see a lot more of him. Congratulations to Brooksby and his fine tournament. And he's so good for his age, and we'll see a lot more of him. Am I right or wrong? Something along those lines. Very respectful, very by the book, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Does anyone wish they had $1 for every time you had a champion like Djokovic, Nadal, or Federer? Every time they beat some young player's ass, especially one of the U.S. players, and then they go to the crowd afterwards and really kind of kiss their ass. You know, do you really believe that Djokovic was actually – do you really think that Djokovic was actually being truthful when he said, like, something he said a gazillion times to a gazillion other players? Well, he has a bright future. He's so – he's so great. Do you wish you had $1 for every time one of these guys had said that?
I'd be rich.
If I had $1 for every time I heard that out of Djokovic, Nadal, Federer, Murray, Del Potro, Wawrinka, any of the greats after they won a major, oh, he's got such a bright future. I wish I had $1 for every time they never showed up again. And Brooksby has no serve. Brooksby's first serve was averaging about 119. Not that that's a big deal, okay? If you can hit your spots, great. But what happens if you're having a bad day at the office and you can't hit your spots? Oh, shit. That means you win one set and they get trounced in the other 3. Okay, proof is in the pudding. Okay, but I wish I had $1 for every time someone said that.
Yeah.
Okay, now what I did is I came up with a list. Okay, does anyone remember the show David Letterman? Okay, David Letterman had a top 10 list. Okay, it's like counted 10 down to 0. I came up with a top 10 list of the things that Novak Djokovic really wished he would have said but couldn't because he needed the crowd to like him. Understand? Mm-hmm. Carla doesn't know about this. I did it straight off the top. Let's go. Come on. Right off the top. Let's go. Number 10 on the list of things that Novak Djokovic could have said but didn't because he wants the New York City crowd to like him. Starting with number 10. Here we go. Number 10. You grunt so loud it makes me want to puke. Don't bet your future, crowd, on that. Okay?
Noel's on, by the way.
Okay, fair enough.
Little Noel.
Oh, what's up, Noel?
Haven't seen you on the tennis court.
Go, Noel. Tennis player, good player. Okay, number 9. Your boy can't serve. Good luck. So these are the things Djokovic should have said to the crowd. Okay. Number 10, your grunt is so loud it makes me want to puke. Don't bet your future on that. Number 9, your boy can't serve. Good luck. Number 8, he's already taking timeouts for no reason. We already have Sistipas for that. Number 7, your boy Brooksby is older than Carlos Alcaraz. Number 6, I gave him a 6-1 set only to tell you he has a bright future. Fair enough. Number 5, I gave him a 6-1 set, so hopefully you will like me more when I win this tournament. Number 4, if he is the best you got, I will win this tournament 5 more times in a row. Number 3, Andy Roddick proclaimed he could fix Brooksby's serve in 4 days. Ha ha ha. I'll beat both Roddick and Brooksby in 4 minutes. Number 2, I'm so glad I get to chill out after having spoken with World Wrestling Entertainment Vince McMahon prior to the Brooksby match. I just made $10 million off giving him that 6-1 set. Number 1, Brooksby who?
Yeah, I agree, Derek. Brooksby's almost 21.
Brooksby who?
By the way, there's a young lady on the chat room, Noelle Washington. She is about, aren't you like 9 or 10, Noelle?
It's my girl right there, too.
And she could hit a mean backhand. Mean backhand. She could definitely, if she put some effort into it and some work, you could definitely be the next.
Can we get them to give her 5s in the chat?
She could definitely be the next Serena.
So Noelle started playing tennis with us very young. She still is very young, and she comes out and she works. She's young. I can't believe she's on. She got school in the morning. Like, dang. Give her 5s in the chat for being a beast, man. She comes out. She works every day. She goes to school every day. And she's in what, 3rd grade?
No, she's like 9 or 10.
So she's in 4th grade, like Gabby.
Mm-hmm.
Give her 5s in the chat, man. Let's go, Noelle. Come on. Let's go, Noelle. Whoop, 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 whoop. I showed Noelle my dance. I showed her my dance. Let's go, Noelle.
I love her hair, too. She's got some cool
Let's
hair.
go, Noelle.
She's got the cool hairstyle. She's got the Osaka hairstyle, which I love. So
let's go. Now, what happened to Jack Draper? LOL.
Yeah, what happened to him, guys?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's why you can't jump on. But on other news, good for the Americans, okay? I'll put here, good for the Americans in doubles. Steve Johnson and Querrey are in the semifinals against Rajiv Ram and Salisbury.
That's a good match. Rajiv Ram's a double specialist.
The other doubles is Jay Murray and Soares from Brazil against Polassen and Piers.
Excellent.
And in the quarters, Kate McNally and Coco Gauff, are playing against Sue Wei and Mertens. And then in the mix, we have Salisbury against Salisbury and Krajicek against Pagula and Krajicek, which are Americans.
Good doubles.
So I said, okay, at least they're doing something in doubles.
Yeah, doubles, excellent. Love great doubles.
Then I read a poll, U.S. Open poll. Who will win, Sabalenka or Fernandez? Do you want to know what the percentage was for Sabalenka?
I wish you would poll that. That's a great question. You don't have to, but nonetheless, that's a great question. Who
the
wins?
U.S. Open poll was 45 to Sabalenka to 55 to Fernandez.
Do you know why computer algorithms would struggle with swaying bets into her? What did I say a minute ago? If Sabalenka doesn't hit spots, she has a bad day at the office. She's hit her spots in all her matches. She's been able to hit big and hit her spots and plow through her opponents. But if she has a bad day at the office, she doesn't have the ability to mix it up and give variety. She's just going to hit out and go down swinging out. She's not going to mix it up. And excuse me, but Fernandez can do that. And she's riding a high at this point with nothing to lose whatsoever. And Sabalenka has a lot to lose.
She does.
She has a lot to lose. But
I still think she'll lose.
Who?
Fernandez.
Look, you have to be careful with that. If I'm betting on that, I'm not touching it. I'm not messing with it, because if Sabalenka is hitting her spots, she's going to win 1, 2, 3, bam, bam, bam. But if she isn't hitting her spots, Fernandez will win that match. At least Fernandez has the ability to mix it up a bit. So if I'm a betting person and I had to bet on it, I'm taking Fernandez. Yeah. But if I had the choice to stay away from it, I'd stay away from it.
Sabalenka needs to put the ball away. So she doesn't need to get into pitter-pat with Fernandez.
Don't drop money on that match. Don't
get into pitter-pat like Slovenia got into pitter-pat, pitter-pat instead of putting the ball away. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, look, don't drop money on the Sabalenka Fernandez match. If you do, you're on your own. That's a
Ben
tough call.
Says easy straight sets for Sab.
If a handicapper is taking that action, he's telling half the calls to bet one and half the calls to bet on the other, just to maintain half of his clientele. I'd stay away from that match no matter what the odds. It could be, again, Sabalenka's hitting her spots, she'll win the whole tournament. If she's not, she's going to get beaten. And that's not what I'm
sure the two people that made the finals don't want Sabalenka winning the tournament.
All right. There's a comment that we had from Florence Chan. And by the way, Florence Chan is currently in the United States. She is at the U.S. Open. And she sent pictures. We showed them yesterday. She was at the Djokovic match. She sent pictures. She had this same Djokovic hat on. She bought us one here as well, Carl and I, the Djokovic limited edition hat. Anyway, so she watched the match yesterday, and she sent us a message after the match. And I want all you to listen to this message, and I want you to react to the message. Okay. I did not see this interview that Novak Djokovic gave. Not Novak Djokovic, but Jensen Brooksby. If you did, let's tell, because Carlos thinks differently. Anyway, I'll shut up.
I watched the
whole
thing and I read the whole thing.
So this message is from Florence Chan after having watched Djokovic in New York City. She sent to us after.
She said, I just watched the post-match interview of Brooksby. I noticed that he did not mention anything about how Novak was so good to beat him. He was playing the GOAT. How precious is it to play him in a big stadium? He thinks winning the first set means he won the match. Only mentioning how good he himself is able to beat anyone. Sorry, if you can't learn from your loss, you can't improve your game. This is the kids these days, sadly. So I get her point, what she's saying. I totally get on Flo's point. But at the same time, you can't worship the person you play. If you have too much respect for the opponent, I don't care if they're the GOAT. That's the problem that many players had against Serena. They had too much respect for her when she came out.
Yeah, they bowed down.
You don't respect them. You say, screw you, and I'm going to beat your ass down.
Get some.
And that's just how it is. And he gave credit to Djokovic twice. I read his interview. I watched it. He shouldn't say, well, I played the GOAT. That's the best feeling in the world. If I played Djokovic, I wouldn't have said, oh, that's the best feeling in the world. I would have said, next time I'm going to beat your ass, Djokovic.
Yeah.
That's how it should be.
And she
wasn't not give respect to your opponent. He said, I give credit to Djokovic for figuring it out, coming back, and then he gave him credit again. What more credit does he give Djokovic? Djokovic has enough money. He has enough slams. He's number one in the world. How much more do we have to kiss his ass?
Look, I don't think it's about kissing ass when you're look, this kid just came on the scene. He's playing the best, if
But
not
what I
the
mean
greatest.
is just, but he should, but you get my point, what I'm saying?
Well, I do, yes. I mean, I get it. And let me get out what I'm trying to say here. It's not that Jensen Brooksby owes Novak Djokovic anything. It's just kind of one of those things about respect. And look,
He did respect him.
Okay, can I finish? Let me finish.
Sure.
I don't know if military is a good way to look at it. You know, you have your senior officers, but obviously some of these officers earn their keep by, doing certain things, not just about age. But Djokovic has 20 majors and is arguably, on paper, the best tennis player that's ever walked the face of the earth. I'm not saying he has to get on the public in the public limelight and indicate, he's the best thing since sliced bread. But I didn't watch the interview, by the way, but I think it would be in his best interest as a up-and-coming future talent to say something along the lines of, even if he's talking smack during.
He didn't talk smack.
Just saying, I think it's, I think it's fitting of a gentleman to say something along the lines of, no matter, at least find a way to fit in. It's an honor to be on the court with one of the greatest, if not the greatest of all time. I learned a lot today, and hopefully I can get back to work tomorrow and blah, 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 blah. But what the hell do I know?
You can't give respect. I mean, if you want to be a champion, you got to eat them up.
I mean, I get it.
You got to eat them up. You can't be, it's Djokovic, it's Osaka. Oh. No, you can't. Sorry. Look, there is no friends in tennis. Point blank. There is no friends in tennis. There's a reason why Sharapova, when she walked in the locker, she didn't talk to anybody. She went out there. She was business. That's how it should be. Your business.
Yeah, I mean,
Chris
I agree.
Evert was one of the bitchiest. Why? Because she was out there. It was business, and that's how it is. Just saying.
Yeah, I agree with you. By the way, I forgot to mention a shout out at the beginning of the show. And this shout out is to a young lady who is an awesome viewer, by the way. And she is one of the only people that ever stands up to me talking smack. That's a female. And Florence Chan. I don't mean anything by that, but she's never scared. And that's Nilmini Wirakun. Okay. Now, Nilmini Wirakun is never scared to just like punch me in the face verbally, like, boom, get some, get back. And I'm like, let's go, Nilmini, because I love this girl. It's like, when she like knocks me down, I'm like, I just want to give her a hug. Kind of like her, because she gives me hell all the time. And I just want to give her a hug because knowing I'll just be like, what? Beat your ass in tennis and do it. I just want to give her a hug, because knowing she just got a lot of bite and no bark. Oh,
I do have a lot of bark.
You got no bark.
That's the problem with me.
You have no bite.
Michael Walker, let me tell you, I have a lot of bite. I have to watch out.
Are you serious?
My mom used to
she has no bite.
My mom used to always tell me, Carla, shut up.
She has no bite.
Because you're the type that if someone comes after you, you're going to punch him back and you're going to fight. And my dad used to say, don't fight with your hands, baby. Fight with what's in your hands. Oh. Okay? So I know that I got to control myself and I just walk away. I do have a lot of bite. That's my problem.
Okay, so I'm putting Nilmini Wirakun and Carla, a maiden named Mora, in the same boat. These girls are ruthless. They will really mess you up. Don't mess with them. Look, if I wasn't with Carla, I would just advise you go the other way because she is a nasty thing, man. She will just tear you up. But I tell you how Nilmini tore me up yesterday. Let me tell you what she said yesterday. Here you go, Nilmini. She said, and I quote, can I pull this message up?
Here.
Let me quote this thing,
It's
man.
right here.
Man, she destroyed me yesterday. I had to read it because she cut my throat so bad. I was like, damn. She wrote me a worse message than Ryan Mason did beating me on the singles court. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay, here's Nilmini's message to me yesterday. All right. Justin, please let Carla speak. You off the track, then forget what you talking about. All right. Nilmini, I love you. Just for you, I love you a lot. Let's go. You got fight and character and courage. I'm going to give the show to Carla. Carla, I love you. Force be with you.
About what?
It's all you.
I'm not talking right now. I was talking about yesterday when I was trying to make a point and you interrupted me. Duh. Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't feel well.
You just got religious. How you going to get religious?
Whatever. I don't feel when I'm sitting here. I pushed myself from this morning till night to teach. How I did that, I don't know.
Oh, it feels good.
Yeah, I saw Delpo was at the U.S. Open. Michael Walker says, my female cousin is like Carla. She ain't got time to argue. Exactly. Ben Frigger says, I'm getting Muhammad Ali vibes here in the fighting advice. Look, I went to a tough school. I used to go to school in Brooklyn, close to Coney Island. It was called Lafayette High School. It no longer exists. I remember going through that school. It was, I got a small cold. Going through that, and we have medals.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Is Florence Chan out there? Is Flo out there?
Mm.
If she pops up, can I say something?
Sure.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry. Is Florence out there? I got something to say. Go ahead.
Oh, you letting me talk?
Yes, go ahead. Oh, Flo is out there.
Okay, he's not letting me.
Hey,
talk.
Florence.
Never mind about my story.
Florence.
Let Justin take it over.
No. Florence, I got a problem. You don't have a problem? I'm jealous. She's got a boyfriend.
Mm-hmm, that's all.
That hurt. Hurt me deep. Seriously. I forgot I was married. You know, I'm sorry. But Flo, I had a whole spot and like my left ventricle, like my atriums, they're open. And then my ventricles, your name was there. And then I found you had a boyfriend. It was destroyed me. Like this hat. I sleep with this hat. And then I find you got a Flo. Man, upsetting. Carla.
Yeah. Okay, well, I lost my train of thought.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I don't know. Anyways, don't matter.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I don't remember anymore.
Hey, either way. But Flo, man, that hurt my heart.
I don't remember anymore.
So sad.
But anyways, I went to a tough school.
Yeah, that's what you were saying. You went to the school and you had to get into a fighting situation and
yeah, my dad always told me, because the school I went to was really bad. You went through metal detectors and stuff and people jump you. And so I learned how to defend myself.
So you ever had an altercation?
Absolutely. I had a girl that jumped on me and stuff. And
what happened?
because I was tying my shoelaces.
Really?
And she said, "Excuse you." And I said back to her, "Excuse you."
Wait a minute. So what happened? You were
I was just down, tying my shoelaces. So
like in the hallway in school?
Yeah, the hallway. So I guess I was in her way.
So you were just aimlessly walking down the hall and bent down to tie your shoe in what?
She said, "Excuse you." So I said, "Excuse you
back."
You
like stood up and were like.
No, I said, "Excuse you back," because that was me. I have a mouth.
Like confrontational. Excuse you?
No, I just said, "Excuse you." So I got in front of her and my friends are like, "Don't do that. We're freshmen."
And this is New York City? This is Brooklyn?
Yeah, and she's a senior. She jumped on my back and we started fist fighting.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Did you land any shots?
Yeah, my dad told me how to fight.
You did?
Yeah, we both got in trouble and she had her friends follow me and that they were going to jump me. So I used to bring my tennis racket. I said, "Go for it, because this racket is going to win."
So you just were ready to
and that's why my parents moved me to Florida, because they knew I was trouble. Yeah.
She got dipped out of the Northeast to go down to the Southeast because she was a troublemaker. Let's go.
Not a troublemaker. I didn't keep my mouth shut. So
I can see that. Mm-hmm. I really can quite see that. That's what I enjoy about Carla, because I like this. It attracts me. Women like this are a magnet. I'm just like, oh, she's a troublemaker. Yep. That's where I want to be.
Let's go back to all in the chat. I may have beat Justin on one good day, but Carla's tough as nails. She beat me down like I owed her lunch money on the court. No, I may need therapy after that experience.
No. Ryan Mason whipped. It wasn't even. He destroyed me. It was bad. And I'm just looking forward to rematch to try to win a couple more games. It was bad.
That's okay.
I haven't played that bad since I was like 10 and unders or something.
He took it out on you, and then I took it out on him.
It was freaking awful.
He did the boom boom. Did anybody see Sabalenka and Krejcikova shake hands? They both hug each other.
Yes.
And I thought that was awesome. They talked and giggled, so I thought that was good sportsmanship.
Yeah, just a little while ago.
Yeah.
Conversation at the net, showed some love to one another. Yep. Krejcikova, Sabalenka after it's over.
Yeah, Delpo's coming back. I saw that. Jeez, I don't know what he can do, really.
Do you know what Carla said yesterday? And that just reminds me. Carla told me last night at dinner. She said that Andreescu is Del Potro. So Del Potro is Andreescu. In other words, talented but always injured.
Yeah.
Does anyone agree with that? I thought it was pretty good. I thought that was a great metaphor.
It's true, though. I mean, I hate that she gets injured so much because she's so good for the sport. She has variety and she has firepower, and I like seeing the both of the worlds. Having finesse, touch, slice, but at the same time being a force pushing your opponent back. I don't like watching counterpunchers. This is why I never enjoyed Halep, Wozniacki, Rowanska, Kerber, because their game is all counterpunch. I don't like that. I like aggressive. But
Nadal. What about Nadal in there?
Nadal hits the ball a little bit harder than that. Come on now.
Either way.
Look, man, just because he's got a bigger ass than you and he's got bigger abs and bigger arms and bigger legs, don't be jealous, all right?
Anytime we begin to talk about Rafa, all of a sudden she has to drill the other dude because something man is big. You're talking about Rafa? Your chest isn't as big. Your legs aren't as big. Your nuts aren't as large. Something.
I don't know about that.
Well, I'm just saying you come up with something.
I'm just saying why you dislike the guy. There's nothing.
I don't. All I just said is something, like you would say. Carla, when she says something in English, SOMETHING, because she has this Spanish and English transition that doesn't quite gel perfectly, she says something, SONTHENG.
I don't miss nasal.
Something. She's a something.
I really don't miss nasal that much. I mean, I'm just saying though, he's not a counter puncher like these girls are. You know, that's just boring. Just saying. He talks like, oh my god.
What was Medvedev playing Van de Zandschulp today equally as boring as boring? Was that fun?
I said great for him that the guy got.
I mean, it was.
They said he won $425,000. He was struggling.
Good for him.
He was struggling.
He deserves it.
Now he'll get into tournaments. Now he won't have to qualify. So it changes his life, and that's great.
By the way, the gentleman Van de Zandschulp, the Danish or the gentleman from Denmark, great sportsmanship.
Yeah.
I know it's an evening and we're, talking a little bit of smack, and I hate to kind of deviate it into super positive and kind of chill vibes because chill vibes never sell. But Van de Zandschulp has great sportsmanship, has a good demeanor about him. And I enjoyed watching him throughout this tournament a lot. Do I think he will ever get this deep in a tournament of this caliber ever again? No. I did enjoy watching him play. I did enjoy the way he carried himself on the court. I never saw him get pissed off or get crazy or grunt super loud. And he played a very good vintage tennis match. And I was happy to see him make it this far in the tournament. He deserved the income he got.
Absolutely. Also, I saw they did for Bob Bryan and Mike Bryan at the Ash Stadium. They did, something to honor them. One of their twins, the 8-year-old daughter, sang the national anthem. I thought that was pretty cool that she got to do that for Daddy, and that they honored them because they should be honored. They were one of the best doubles American players out there, and twins.
I think the best ever, the greatest of all time. Being the twins and being able to kind of vibe on their same DNA energy and being ambidextrous, in other words, one right, one left, being able to take up the middle and wide. Anyway, long story short is Bob and Mike Bryan I met twice. They did a doubles fantasy camp with Marty Fish. Do you remember Marty Fish? Mm-hmm. It was Marty Fish, Andy Roddick, and Bob and Mike Bryan, and they came here to Mobile, Alabama at the Mitchell Center. And they did at the Mitchell Center and at the Mobile Tennis Center, they did some doubles mixers. And then they would go to the Mitchell Center at night and play each other in singles and then put their headphones on and have fun with the crowd. We did this twice. The Bryan brothers are absolutely wonderful human beings, California kids like myself. And I can't imagine them being.
They're our age, by the way.
Yeah, I can't imagine them being anything outside of first ballot Hall of Famers. Not that these days in the Tennis Hall of Fame, it's that huge of a deal because there's some Hall of Famers in tennis now. I'm like, really? The NFL is really picky. The NFL, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, these things are really picky. Tennis seems to be a little bit more lenient with who deserves to be in there, right? Not that picky. By the way, speaking of Hall of Fame, the only reason why I brought this up is I was listening to commentary earlier, once again, from Chris Evert. If you're new to this channel, you know that I don't disrespect Chris Evert as a player. She is arguably one of the greatest of all time. She's won multiple majors, no problem. But as a commentator, she comes across as snooty and bitchy and Karen-y and just awful. Today, and I wrote this down, okay, my heading was ridiculous, okay, ridiculous. This was during, and I'm having to refresh my memory because I didn't remember who was playing. Ridiculous. Commentating today, I put WTF. You know what WTF means, right?
Yes.
Does everybody know what WTF means? This is how quick I was in a hurry to write this down. WTF. During the third set of the Leylah Fernandez versus Svitolina match, one commentator said to the other, Svitolina uses grunting as an advantage.
Mrs. Stevenson said that.
Svitolina uses grunting as an advantage. Maybe if she keeps using her grunt, she can begin to come forward. What the bleep? What the hell did I listen? What the hell did I just hear? What? Grunting? If she keeps using her grunt, that will help her move forward? Is this what the hell we have to listen to? What are you even talking about? Then you go to a YouTube channel, listen to other people say, because Holger Rune won a set, he'll be top 10 in the world. And then when Brooksby wins a set, they'll be top 5. At some point, you're like, oh, no wonder why tennis sucks so bad right now, because everybody's just little kids that don't know shit about it. They just talk about it and take them apart and say they're coaches and they're not. Oh, my God. Oh, Michael Walker, tell him how tennis works, bro. Please, Michael Walker. Please. Please, Michael Walker. Damn, man. Holy shit. John Doe Jane just won 2 points against Djokovic. Top 2! Let's go!
I'm going to go play.
Buy him a new fucking t-shirt.
I'm going to try to win a point from Djokovic. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring him to the
top
net.
1!
I'm going to bring him Djokovic to the net, and then when he gets the ball, I hit him. I'll be like, yes. I'm top 10, baby. Top 10.
I get dumber sometimes listening to kids cover tennis these days. It's like,
top 10, baby.
Go spend more time with mommy. Go pay your own bills. Go raise some kids, and then let's talk about tennis. Because this shit's a battle, and you just brown nosing. Come on. Every time someone wins a point or a set off the best in the world, damn sure don't mean they're going to be top in the world. Otherwise, holy cow, there would be 700 million number ones in the world as we hear it all day, every day. Anyway, it gets annoying. It's annoying. It's like teachers scratching their claws down a chalkboard. Holy shit. Every time someone plays Djokovic and wins a point, they're fucking top 1 in the world. Fucking give me a break, man. Fucking move on. Okay, where are we at? That was it.
That was it, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, Andreescu versus Sakkari. Andreescu versus Sakkari. Sakkari, once again, another injury. Okay. Sakkari is the better player, I think, right now, injuries aside.
Okay.
She's more match ready. She's more match fit, and she deserves to be here. Not saying Andreescu does not, but Andreescu was very, at this point, accident or injury prone.
Yeah. She is the better player. I agree.
What do you advise Andreescu to do moving forward?
Stop running so much side to side. Figure out a way to end up the points. I feel like sometimes she's not robotic like Tiafoe, but I feel like sometimes she expends too much energy on points. Like I watch her sliding. I disagree with the whole sliding. There's only very few players that get away with it. You slide, you hurt yourself, you know?
Look, on a hard court, when you're sliding and that ankle begins to roll, if the bands on the exterior of your ankles in whichever direction you're sliding ever don't withstand that slide, you're rupturing Achilles tendons. And I get people do it, but it's really unnecessary. You can slide, get special shoes for it, but it's really quite unnecessary. You can do it. I mean, do you ever go out on the tennis court on the hard court and ever like position your foot to slide?
No.
Just saying. No. Really quite cheesy. Yeah, it makes the highlight reels. Okay. But you only live once, so why blow out your ankle trying to do it? And a lot of people do, but you just don't see it. But a lot of people
I don't think that she looks fine, Michael Walker. I think she's fine. There's a difference between looking in shape and being fit for tennis. She's not fit for tennis, meaning that she's not fat, meaning that she needs to, build up her stamina and stuff.
I think Andreescu's had a lot of wear and tear on her joints over the years of being out of shape. Yes, we first started the show 3 years ago. B-Dog was here. He knows. B-Dog was here since day one. We talked about Andreescu being chunky then. And yeah, we caught heat for that.
But she's not chunky right now.
I understand that. She lost the weight. She got fit. But what did we always say, Carla? That joints, especially the knees and legs, over the years, if you're a little out of shape, they take a lot of pounding. Okay. And then it builds up over time. It's like the sun. People that get skin cancer a lot. That's me. The sun does its damage. I can't heal skin cancer. The sun does its thing. So over time, the knees get beat up, the knees get worn down, and you can't bring that back. It's cumulative. And here we are. So she's lost the weight, she's got in shape, but the damage has been done. Okay. Ask Del Potro with the hand. Same thing there.
Knee.
Okay. Didn't strengthen it. Played a big game without the proper muscles there and had injuries.
Yep.
I mean, you have to work it. And if you don't work it and you're not with the right coaches and the physios and everything on board, that's why you have to tip your hat to the greatest.
I would hope she would outlift me. I mean, she is 10, 15 years younger than me, Michael Walker. I would hope so. If I start lifting those heavy-ass weights, I'm going to break myself. I'm not that stupid to do that. Plus, I don't want to be muscular like that. I like soft skin. I'm just saying.
No.
As a woman, I don't want to be all.
You are pretty ripped, man. Look at this girl.
No, I'm
Let me
not.
get some
I'm not-
biceps.
I'm not
Let me
even
get
in shape.
some.
Stop.
Look,
But
she got
I'm
some
just-
tannins, man.
I'm just saying I wouldn't
Come
want to
on,
be that
man.
rip where I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger. No, I want to be a little bit soft.
Can-
Like when
why
my
don't you
husband
show me those
touches me,
guns,
I'm
girl?
a little soft. in
Wait,
certain
no.
places.
When your husband touches you to feel sorry, are you serious?
Do you want to be like, oh, baby? Oh,
Yeah, you
Just-
kind of are that way.
no.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, are we ready?
Ready for what?
Good night.
Good night.
I'm tired.
All right.
Come on, man.
You're tired? My name's Justin. Nice to meet you.
Come on. It's like 10 o'clock.
All right.
man.
Tell me if I missed
Rest.
anything. Well, first of all, what time are our lessons tomorrow?
You already know. You asked me
What time's the
million
last one
times.
in? Do we have a break in between? That's all I needed to know. What time's the last one in? Do we have a break?
We're done at
That's it.
2 o'clock because someone canceled.
For the whole day?
Yes, thank God.
We're done at 2 for the whole day
Thank
tomorrow.
God. Yes, because I need to rest.
What? And the match is tomorrow? Okay, hold on. Let's check this out. I'll give you the schedule. I'm gonna flick a whip shit in a battle, move like a snake when I'm mad, and then my tail rattle. Okay, hold on. Okay.
Yeah, 1 o'clock is way too late to play tennis.
All right. So tomorrow, mañana, Zverev and Harris play at 12:15. Berrettini and Djokovic play at 7:15. Okay, so it's somewhere in between. Women's singles, mañana, Raducanu and Benchik at 11, and Pliskova and Sakkari at 6. By the way, everyone out there needs to root against Pliskova. I love Pliskova, even though she is kind of zombie-ish. I do love her. She's beautiful. Love her a lot. Yin Haokur can appreciate that. What's up, Yin Haokur? Jurassic World, let's go, coming up. But Pliskova is the girl that the only 2 remaining people that are left in the $300 that we got to give out. So if Pliskova loses, I don't have to pay them $300 or $150 a piece. I love Pliskova, but let's go down, Pliskova. Let's go down. Sakkari beat Pliskova, even though I want Pliskova to win, because I don't want to pay out $300. Okay?
Pliskova's beautiful. Wow.
She is. She's hot.
I don't think so. She's
hot.
cute.
She has beautiful eyes.
Yeah, okay.
Let's go.
My dog has beautiful eyes. What's your point?
What? How you gonna talk about Pliskova like that? And by the way, Florence Chan, still very mad. Very mad. Didn't know you had a boyfriend. Shocking. Shocking.
He's shocked.
Roses are red, violets are blue. My heart is now torn in 2.
Oh, cheesy. That was cheesy.
No, her, Carla.
That was cheesy. All right, babe, come on. All right, guys, good night. See you mañana.
See you tomorrow. What time?
I don't know, man. Come on, man.
Okay, man. So like
Jeez.
3 or 4, somewhere in there. All right, we don't have to wait for Pliskova to play.
All right, good night.
Adios, muchachos. Let's go.